Medium man, physical medium man, physical medium man. What'd you buy? Was it something good?
What's up, guys? Physical Media Man back here again for another Physical Media Man Monday video. I have the month of June and July's movie reviews. We got 13 total titles. Before I get started, make sure to like, subscribe, comment, leave feedback, do all that good stuff down below. I'll leave the links to my Instagram page, my Physical Media Man Store Instagram page, my Facebook page for the Physical Media Man / Physical Media Man Store, my Facebook page for non-media related items, the Hodgepodge Garage, my email, my eBay, my Twitter, and my Letterboxd account, which these are all on. I've been doing a good job of logging, and I need to get some reviews added, but yeah, so we watched 6 movies in the month of June. First up, we watched The Last Starfighter. The Arrow Video 4K was just coming out, or it was out for a little bit. So I wanted to check it out and see if I had any interest in it. It's a sci-fi movie. Main character sets a high score on this arcade game in his trailer park, and it was really a test. And he gets kind of recruited, abducted by some other people from not this universe, and he is able to I don't want to say too much more, so I'm just gonna end it there, give it a 2.5. I don't plan on getting the Arrow release, but I enjoyed the movie, and glad I watched it. I just don't want to purchase. Next up, I went to the movie theater with a friend of the show, Reed and Jake, and we went and watched Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. Had a bunch of fun with this one. Leaves off where the second one left off, kinda. And I thought it was very good, giving it a 3-star. Had a lot of fun with it, a lot of laughs, and looking forward to adding it to the collection. Next up, had a rewatch. My wife enjoys this movie quite a bit. This is somewhat of a guilty pleasure for me. We got Meryl Streep, which I actually like in this movie, or dislike, but I think she's good, and Anne Hathaway in The Devil Wears Prada. Also great performance by Stanley Tucci, who's great. Emily Blunt's good in it too. So Meryl Streep runs a fashion magazine, and Anne Hathaway tries to get a job there, and she really just wants to be a writer, but this was a good starting spot for her, and she's basically just an assistant to Meryl Streep, and she doesn't usually get along with anyone, but I enjoy this one. Still liked it on the revisit, giving it a 3 stars. Next up was another revisit for me. Wanted my wife to check this one out because I think it's great. We got Stuber with Bautista, and I just think his comedic timing in this and the way he delivers lines is just so great. Makes me laugh quite a bit. I don't know if I laughed as much as the first time I watched it, but still definitely quite a bit of laughs. So Dave Bautista plays a detective or cop, and I'm not sure how you pronounce his name, but he is an Uber driver, and his name is Stu, and he picks up Bautista, and there's some like collateral with Tom Cruise, Jamie Foxx type of scenarios going on where he has him drive him around, and it's just a lot of fun. I definitely recommend that one if you haven't seen it, giving it a 3-star. Next up, we watched Creed 3, which I'm pretty sure this was the first one directed by Michael B. Jordan, and the first Rocky movie without Sylvester Stallone in it. And it had some really good aspects to it, some things I thought were really done well, and I just think it could have been a little bit better. Unfortunately, I'm just going to give it 2.5 stars. I'm drawing a blank on the other actor's name, but he's really good in it. His friend from when he was younger he plays the boxer he goes up against, and he's really good. And it just seems like he wasn't in it enough, I didn't think. But he kind of has a mix of Tom Hardy and the Warrior, as well as just like Mike Tyson and the way he would go to the ring and the way he boxed. I thought was great. I just wanted a little bit more from it, so I'm just giving it the 2.5 stars. And lastly, for the month of June, we watched Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. I feel like this is definitely one of the weakest Marvel movies I've watched. It picks up after the last one. It just was not that enjoyable, so I'm giving it 2 stars. All right, moving on to the month of July. First up, we watched Rami and Michelle's high school reunion. This was really cheap at Best Buy for quite a while. My wife's a fan of it, so I went ahead and picked it up, and we watched it. So it follows Mira Sorvino, who liked my Instagram post when we watched this, and Lisa Kudrow from Friends. They're high school best friends, and they're still living together in, or they move. It's they went to high school in Arizona. They moved to LA, and they're living together, and their lives aren't exactly what they were hoping they would be for this reunion. But they decided to go, and it's a good friendship story, some laughs for sure. I didn't love it too much, so I'm just going to give it 2.5 stars. Next up, we had a revisit for me, first time watch for my wife. Thought she liked it quite a bit too. So we got Arnold Schwarzenegger and The Running Man, one of my favorites of his, not like top 3 or anything, but one I definitely like quite a bit. This is he's like in the military. This is set like in the it's in set in 2017, and it came out in '87. So there's a new police state, and in the wake of global economy's total collapse, and he's a army person, and he gets or ex-cop, and he gets wrongly convicted of a violent crime. And they have this game show. If you've seen Death Race, it's basically a rip-off of this. And if he wins in this reality game, he can go free. But it's really well done. Good action, good one-liners, good movie. Giving it 3 stars. Next up, we watched John Wick with Keanu Reeves, Chapter 4. Enjoyed this series. This is easily, for me, the weakest of them. I'm only going to give it a 2.5. I just thought I still liked it. Glad I watched it. The first one's definitely my favorite still, but it's 169 minutes, and it definitely did not need to be, and it's pretty repetitive, and it just got old at one point or another. And yeah, so just 2.5 for me. Next up, we went to the movie theater again and watched Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny. Had a bunch of fun with this one. It's definitely better than Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, in my opinion, and not as good as the original trilogy, but still a lot of fun, and definitely worth watching if you're a fan of the series. Next up, we watched The Outlaws on Netflix, starring Adam Devine and Pierce Brosnan. There's a couple other people in it. Adam Devine is like a bank manager, and he's marrying Pierce Brosnan and his wife's daughter, and they haven't met each other, and they've been together for quite a while, and they meet, and there's a reason that they haven't met him yet, and they're quite a bit different than him, and there was a lot of laughs. It was definitely not a great movie, but I had a lot of fun with it, but I'm just going to give it 2 stars. Next up, we watched Borg versus McEnroe with Shia LaBeouf playing John McEnroe. The actor that played Borg was amazing as well. I thought this was a really well done biopic type thing. And both of them just did a really good job. And one of the Skarsgårds plays Borg's like trainer, coach, manager, and definitely recommend this one. Probably the best tennis movie that there's. I don't feel like there's. Well, King Richard was really good too. So probably King Richard, but I feel like there's not really any tennis movies, and this one was really well done, giving it a 3 stars. And lastly, for the month of July, we watched I Want to Dance with Somebody, the biopic on Whitney Houston. Kind of just, I don't know if it's fair or not, but compared to Elvis and, by Bohemian Rhapsody, the Freddie Mercury Queen movie, this was nowhere near as good as those. I'm just going to give it 2 stars. Thought it could have been better. It just was pretty disappointing. So yeah, giving it 2 stars. So that's everything for the month of June and July. So these are the ones that I had physical copies of. Keeping everything probably. The only one that I'd be tempted to get rid of is Rami and Michelle. I'll definitely plan on picking up Creed 3 at some point to add to my Rocky collection. Even though I didn't love it, I'd still watch it again. And I definitely plan on picking up Indiana Jones. And I'd definitely get Borg versus McEnroe if I were able to get it for a good price. So I hope you enjoyed my thoughts on these and these reviews. And if there's anything you were interested in, hopefully you'll check it out now. So this is Physical Media Man signing off. Physical Media will never die.
Physical Media Man. Physical Media Man. Physical Media Man. Yeah!